Today, we are back at Classic Auto Mall located in Morgantown, Pennsylvania to feature this drop-dead gorgeous 1934 Ford Roadster. But before getting into all of it, I'm Jay. Welcome to What It's Like. Picture this. You just obtained a classic car you know nothing about, and it's the type of car that's not covered by the big channels. If this is your first time checking out this channel, you have hit the jackpot. We feature the classics, vintage, some exotics, lots of orphan cars, and cars that tend to get lost in the shuffle. If that sounds like a channel that you would totally dig, subscribe and hit the bell icon next to it to never miss a video. This absolutely stunning 1934 Ford Roadster is for sale at Classic Auto Mall. Link will be in the description if you're interested. Let's talk 1934 Ford. The 34 Ford falls in a weird transitional period for Ford and is often lumped together with the 32 Ford, 33 Ford, 34 Ford. The 1934 Ford was essentially a carryover body design with some key changes, such as a flatter grille in the front with wider surround and fewer bars, straight hood louvers, two handles on each side of the hood, smaller headlights and cowl lamps, and a new logo. Bare metal dash was replaced by painted steel. The 1934 Ford could be had in 8 body styles: 2-door sedan, 5-window coupe, 4-door sedan, cabriolet, 3-window coupe, Victoria, Phaeton, and Roadster. It was also available as a standard or a deluxe model, and what made the deluxe more distinguishable from the standard model was pinstriping, cowl lights, 2 taillights, and twin horns. There was also 2 engines on offer, which was distinguishable by either Model B. If you decided to get the Model B, that was the 4-cylinder engine. If you got the Model 40, that came with the V8. The confusing bit is the Model B is sometimes referred to as Model 40 with a B at the end of it. And that's where confusion gets into it. The Model 18 came sooner. I think it was 1932. The Model 18 was relevant. If you guys know what the Model 18 was, in the comment section below, because there's lots of conflicting information about what it was, and it's super confusing. And just why? Why did Ford make this era so confusing? So we can't talk about the 1934 Ford without mentioning Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde were huge fans of the Ford V8 because it was faster than anything the competition had to throw at it. Bonnie and Clyde were ambushed while driving a 1934 Ford sedan in Louisiana, May 23rd, 1934. Let's talk specs. 182.9 inches long, 68 inches tall. It rides a wheelbase of 112 inches. It weighs 2,460 pounds. Price is $530, which is equivalent to you spending $11,560.29 in the year 2022. Total 1934 Ford production was 563,921 units, of which total Ford Deluxe Roadster was anywhere between 5,071 units and 5,100 units. 2 engines on offer, starting in the basement if you got the Model B, because that was an option. 201 cubic inch displacement, flathead 3.3 liters. This was the Model A engine. They upgraded it to make 50 brake horsepower at 2,800 RPM with a bore of 3 7/8 inches and a stroke of 4 1/4 inches. Compression is a super low rating of 4.6 to 1. Is there any other engine out there that makes lower compression than this at this time period? In the comment section below. Moving on to the V8 engine, which saw improvements made to the intake, giving it a horsepower gain. 221 cubic inch displacement flathead V8, 3.6 liters. It makes 85 horsepower, 3,800 RPM, 150 foot-pounds of torque at 2,200 RPM, with a bore of 3.1 inches and a stroke of 3.8 inches. Compression 6.3 to 1. Let's talk styling. This car is absolutely gorgeous. Everybody says the 32 is where it's at. I don't believe that. I think the 34 is where it's at. Just check out all of these lines coming back. Notice they're smaller up here, and as they go back, they get bigger. I absolutely love the way these fenders are designed. Check out the side shot of how this fender comes back. Massive headlights. Here's my hand for reference. And it's got dual horns. There's a horn there. There's a horn there. Notice how this grill comes down and it curves just ever so slightly at the bottom. Also, check out where the fenders tie in. There's this little piece where they kind of sort of meet. Check out the bumper design. Notice how it dips right here. I love the black inlay inside the bumper. I absolutely love this line here, this hood line, and how it comes up here. Nice bright work, leading your eye back to this absolutely gorgeous Greyhound. I'm assuming that's a Greyhound. If I'm wrong, correct me in the comment section below. These lights, very petite, but very nice. The windshield is all decked out in chrome. Windshield wipers are mounted at the top so that the windshield can crank out. It's got wing windows. They help with ventilation. You can they're just like vent windows, but instead of them being vent windows, those are wing windows. Notice the mirror up here. It's mounted to the wing window itself. Beautiful top. And that's a real glass window in the back. Check out the running board situation. It's way wider up here than it is in the back. It tapers back into the body back there. I wear a size 12 shoe, so there's my foot there. And back here, even though this part's not really relevant because this isn't a 4-door car, it's a 2-door car, but to show you the size difference. Also, the fenders are way wider and thicker in the front, and when they come to the back, they're kind of more into the body. But notice how it comes back, and back here it totally forms in with the body. Gas filler caps here. This is brake light. It's got brake lights on both sides. Nice spare tire with the tire cover. This is a step and this is a step, because back here this is a rumble seat, and to access it you open up this, and that's what the rumble seat looks like. You could use this space as a trunk if you wanted to, because there's lots of foot space down there. Storage space, foot space, whatever you want to use it for. So getting inside, but before we do, check out this door handle. Very nice and elegant. This door opens up like a coach door. The door panel feels like leather. There isn't an armrest. There isn't anything else on the door panel itself. And notice this is a Roadster, so it does not have roll-up windows, but it has door handles. Usually Roadsters don't have door handles. This is the door handle on the inside, and notice it works in unison with the one on the outside. Coming down and taking a look inside this pedal box, clutch, brake, gas pedal. Notice the gas pedal looks like an upside down spoon. It's very interesting. Up here, one of these controls the lights for on and bright, because just check that out. So the steering wheel moves around the column and the center of the column stays stationary, much like a 58 Edsel. Just take a look at this interior. Here's what over the hood looks like. Here's what first person over the hood looks like. On to the button switches and knobs, starting on the left and moving right. Oil level, speedometer with odometer at the top, tripometer at the bottom, water temperature. At the bottom, there is a switch for the locking steering wheel, throttle and choke, then ashtray at the bottom. At the top, I'm not sure if that's a lighter. If you know, in the comment section below. Here's a quick gander under the hood. Just take a look at that awesome flathead V8 engine. Notice the carburetor is mounted on top. You can see the generator there is mounted on top as well. Also notice the two pipes coming off the radiator. On to the pros and cons. We're getting all of these pros and cons from the complete book of collectible cars, blue chip, auto investments, 70 years from 1930 to 2000 by Richard M. Langworth in the Auto Editors of Consumer Guide. On the positive side, open models and beautiful woody wagons are amongst the most desirable standard production cars of the 1930s. Plentiful parts, original, and reproduction. Against it, some V8 experts say open models like the Phaeton and convertible sedan are grossly overpriced. Investment potential is less than previously. Now it's time for Name That Tune. First person to give me both the correct name of the band as well as song title, both to do so correctly, and the first person to do so will have their comment pinned to the top of the comment section. Thank you all so much for coming out and watching this. If you're watching this in 2023, Happy New Year. If you're watching this in 2022, this was the last episode of 2022. Happy New Year to everybody. Thank you all so much for a great year. It's been absolutely epic, and I can't thank you guys enough for everything because we've grown this channel from nothing to something, and it just means the world to me that I get to share and do all of this, and it just means the world. If you'd like to get in touch with me, shoot me a comment in the comment section below. I read and answer all comments posted. Check out our Facebook group that correlates with this YouTube channel. No obligation to join. Just simply saying that if you'd like to share your rides, stories, feature your cars on there, I wish that there was a link that you could do that on YouTube, because I want this channel to be more like a car community than a car channel, because the car hobby is for everybody. And yeah, so until next year, toodaloo!